Hello, my name is Don Beneteau of Beneteau Home Inspection Service, also known as Radon Don from homersdondetect.ca. Today we're going to look at a report to help you to understand what your radon results are when you have a continuous radon monitoring system report. If you were to have a passive system or just a result sent out to a lab, you're likely just to have the average radon concentration, which is just going to be this one number. One of the benefits of having a continuous radon monitor done or test done is that you can actually see the concentration hourly throughout the test. At the very beginning of the report, we will see the actual particulars of the property and the technician who performed the test and any other details that are relevant. When we look at the first aggregate information that's here, we've got a few columns. The first column would be the time, and then we have the different dates. So at this test, you can see that basically it started at about 3:53, and after the first hour, we did have an equalization reading, and for the first 4 hours of every monitored test, we'll always have the equalization while the monitor is getting used to the home, and then the 5th hour would be the first data point that's actually collected. So we have all of our times throughout the day, all the 12 hours, and then we get from the first column we have the first day, so this is the test results right until midnight, and then we have the results from midnight until midnight the next night, and again midnight till midnight the next night. This test is a little bit longer than usual. We're looking at 48 hours typically, but this one was going on for longer than 48 hours. If you did look at the bottom of the previous slide we were looking at, you would see the legend for any of the flags. P would be a power disruption, so if somebody unplugged the test to move it outside, then it would be noted, and T would be a tilt. So here's an example of a flag that's noted during the first hour where the actual device was picked up, and we do have the equalization period noted in this. The environmental data is something that's used to help maintain the eligibility of a test. It's information that's collected, and if any of these are outside of the norm, then they could raise some flags and make a test invalid. So what we do look for, we have the temperature, we have the pressure, and we have the relative humidity, and again, these are collected through the hours, the average through those hours of the test. Here what we see is the graphical data view. So we're actually looking at the same information that we were looking at previously, but in a graph instead of just the raw data. So the first line up here is going to be the temperature, and basically we can see that that hasn't changed much over the time of the test, so nobody's opened the doors or the windows in the dead of winter in this test and caused it to drop temperature. The humidity has also stayed pretty stable throughout the test, which is another indication of people not opening the windows and doors. The staggered up and down numbers here are going to be the radon concentrations from hour to hour. The average in this case is going to be the green line. And if this was near, above, or below the action level, then we'd see the red line. So 200 would be the action level, and we can look at that in a different slide. In this case, it's not even anywhere near the action level, so we're not concerned about it in this view. And then the last one that we look at is actually going to be the pressure, and this one's changed a little bit slightly over the test, but there's nothing big drastic, so maybe there are some weather conditions that were going on, but nothing severe that can cause for this test to be invalid. So we did talk about the red line, and here's an example of the action level being shown in the report, and the average being the green line is well above the recommended action level, and you can also see that most of the radon points were also above the action level. So this is a result of a house that would likely be seeking mitigation. If your levels are above the recommended action level, then you will see this notice, and it basically does tell you you should be seeking mitigation and how to go about making sure that your mitigation is done appropriately, and that should help you with your decision to make your house a healthier home. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to providing other videos so you can be more educated on radon and having a healthier home.